So today I decided to talk a bit about what happens when you get to a plateau in your language learning and what are some things you can do to definitely spice it up and ensure that you get out of that unnecessary funk. Because trust me, I know exactly what it feels like when you've gotten to a plateau. You're not going like this, you're not going like this, you're just here and you're not sure what exactly to do in order to get out of there. The first thing I would say is identify the problem areas. Take a step back and actually look at it and look at where exactly you're stuck. Is it pronunciation? Is it vocabulary? Is it grammar? Is it reading? Is it writing? Is it listening? What do you think is the main problem that you're having? When you're able to identify or pinpoint the exact problem area you're having, you will then be able to devise strategies in order for improvement. The next tip I would give you is challenge yourself. Yes, challenge yourself to get out of that plateau. Put yourself out of your comfort zone and push yourself to take on much more difficult tasks or materials. You might ask, so Sumo, what do you mean? How can I do this? For instance, if you've been watching movies that are cartoons or movies that are easy for you, why don't you try watching movies that are a bit more advanced and probably without subtitles? This helped me immensely because when I was able to start watching these movies without subtitles, I had to train myself to sit down and actually listen to French people speak. And it was easier for me to pick up conjugations, vocabulary, grammar, slangs, idioms, collocations, and so much more. The next tip is seek feedback. Get feedback from teachers, tutors, language exchange partners, or even online communities. They can help to provide valuable insights, correct mistakes. I say this because written French and spoken French are two completely different languages. I remember some time back, a student of mine was always asking me, Sumo, why is it not pronounced le frère? I was like, what are you talking about? So like, yeah, le frère. He was trying to say the brother. I'm like, it's pronounced le frère. And he says, why is the last E not pronounced? I'm like, that's just how it is in the French language. So for instance, in English, we have house. We don't say housey or house. We just pronounce house. The E is silent. So if you keep reading these words in a book, you're just going to think the E is pronounced. But if you actually ask a tutor or a language exchange partner, is the E pronounced, or actually even just put it on Google Translate, you would hear the proper pronunciation. So please seek feedback. It is important in order for you to be sure you are learning correctly. The fourth tip, and one of the most important things, this should actually have been number one, is to stay motivated. Remind yourself of the reason why you started learning French in the first place. Do not look at why Mr. A is learning French or Mr. B is learning French. They are irrelevant. The only person that matters in this whole journey is you. Why did you decide to learn French? Whether it's for professional growth or personal growth, for travel, to connect with others, to relocate, for an exam, whatever the reasons are, it's your reason. It's only you that knows what your why is. So you might ask yourself, okay, so Sumo, why am I learning French? Why do I like this language? Who are the people I want to meet? What do I envision myself using this language for in the next year, in 2 years, in 5 years, in 10 years? When you know all these, it's easier for you to stay motivated and pull yourself out of that plateau that you're currently in. And the final and the most important tip, celebrate your progress. Ask yourself this, okay, I've been learning French for 5 months, for 6 months, for 1 year. How was I on day 1 and how am I on day 100, on day 30, on day 70? Look at how much progress you've made and just do this. Okay. Whatever it is, celebrate yourself like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I finally gotten this far. Recognize and appreciate the progress you've made and use it as a fuel to propel you forward. This will push you out of the plateau when you look at where you were before and where you are now. I genuinely hope these tips helped you. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you currently on that plateau in the French language? Are you stuck? You don't know what to do? Or have you pushed yourself out of the plateau? If yes, let us know in the comment section what you did that helped you. I love to read from you. Bonne journée.